Well, hey everybody, I wanted to make a video quickly going over how to use and manipulate Ableton for our live sets, for our weekend services. If you're the one running all the clicks and guides, when you open Ableton, this is what you will see. You want to make sure that you open the corresponding live set for your weekend. So this is our Cherry Hill location on July 10th of this year. And I just want to give you a sense of how to do three main things. First is working with audio, where to send your audio and how to turn tracks on and off. Additionally, manipulating clicks, speeding up and slowing down. And then also the last thing is just transposing. So the first thing that you're going to want to do when you open up Ableton is make sure that your audio output is set correctly. If you go up to Live and click on Preferences here, on the left-hand side, select Audio, and you'll see that you can choose an audio output device. Depending on the device that you're plugged into, you want to select that from your drop-down. Your built-in output is generally what it will default to, but you want to select the output that you're using. And then you want to set your output configuration. So you want to make sure that all of your mono outputs are selected, or at least the first four, 1 and 2, 3, and 4, so that you can set your outputs correctly. Once that is established, then you would come to this group here that's called Outputs, and when you click these little arrows, it opens up these groups. All right, so you want to open up this group called Outputs, and then you want to send your 4 outputs to the soundboard in the correct manner. So we've got clicks and guides, percussion, keys and pads, and guitars, and we just send them out 1, 2, 3, 4. So from this Audio 2 section down here, you would drop down and select 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pretty straightforward. Okay. For the purposes of this video, and so you can hear it appropriately, I'm going to leave them all on 1 and 2. But if you set them to 1, 2, 3, and 4, then you're pretty much done. That's all that you need to do unless any changes need to be made. If you set that up and everything is as it exists in the live set, then you can just press these buttons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or use your drum trigger in order to fire off the tracks. That's it. If you want to get into a bit more as far as turning on and off different instruments within different songs, then you would want to get into these groups here. So each one of these groups is a song. When I open it up, I can see all of the tracks within each one. So let's say you're playing the first song and maybe, you anticipated or the worship leader anticipated that someone was going to play lead guitar, but they're playing rhythm instead. Well, I'm going to play this so you can hear it. I apologize in advance if the click is loud.
1, 2.
You can hear when it starts
2,
off
3,
that
4.
there will be a rhythm guitar playing. And
Intro.
you can see
2, 3, 4.
down here meters of what's playing. And essentially, to turn things on and off, you click these buttons. Yellow means on, gray means off. So if you also want to solo something, press this S button. So I want this lead guitar to be on, and I want the rhythm guitar to be off. And that's pretty much it. It's just as simple as that. You can turn things on and off, solo them to make sure you got the right thing. It's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Whatever you want to be on is yellow. Whatever you want to be off, you want to be gray. Additionally, if you can't hear something, the sound man can't hear something appropriately, one thing you can do, just like these outputs are set to 1, 2, 3, and 4, external out, you can also set the audio routing on each of these individual channels within a song. So you can see the audio out here set for keys, pads, click guide, percussion, guitars. So you just, if something's routed improperly or you want to change the routing of an instrument, you can do that right here. So that's basically it as far as routing is concerned. And the next thing I want to talk to you about is manipulating the click. So the first thing is just noticing here, you can see that for each one of these scenes, these are all called scenes, they have a BPM tied to them. If you want to speed up or slow down a song, all you need to do is right-click, say rename, and then come in here and change the tempo of this song. So I'm going to slow it down like dramatically so that you can hear the difference.
1, 2,
So pretty
1,
steep change,
2,
and you'll see up here on the
3,
left-hand side this
4.
changed to 70. And this is kind of humorous, so I'm just going to
Intro,
let it
2,
happen.
3, 4.
Anyway, you get the point. So right-click, rename, and you can change it to whatever tempo you want it to be if you want to speed it up or slow it down a couple beats per minute. Now, if the song is the correct beats per minute, but you don't like how the click sounds, maybe it's just on the quarter notes or on the eighth notes and too fast or too slow, you can manipulate that here. This click and guide group, if you open it up, you can see there's two channels called click. So this one here on the left is eighth notes. It's programmed to have eighth notes. This one here on the right is programmed to only have quarter notes. So I'm going to play this song again.
1, 2,
and
1,
listen to what
2,
happens. I'm
3,
just going to
4.
solo this whole group. When I
Intro,
move the
2,
click,
3, 4.
so now it's only quarter notes. It's still coming out of here, which is still routed to my click and guide. So nothing has to change as far as this stuff is concerned. But if I move this left and right, it speeds it up, it doubles it, or it halves it.
Verse 2, 3, 4.
So that's pretty much it. Additionally, maybe there's a part in a song, maybe there's a communion or a quiet moment going on, and you want to have the pad underneath. I'll just play our communion click here. You'll hear this pad playing in A. And maybe your worship leader just wants to kind of go free form and not be tied down by a click. You can very easily just press the M button. M as in Mary, M as in metronome. If you press the M button on your keyboard, you'll notice it's mapped to turn all these guys off. So now the pad is still going, the click is still playing, but it's been muted. So if I press the M button again, it'll turn it back on. So that's just a nice little clever trick, something that you can use in the event there's a quiet moment. The last thing that I'll talk to you about is transposing. Let's say that there's a song that's in A, maybe like this first song again. The original recording key is B, and you put it in A so that normal humans can sing it, but you have one of those worship leaders that needs to sing it in the original recording key. Well, we can accommodate that person, even though this is in A. Basically, what you need to do is double-click these tracks. When you double-click the track, it opens up this whole little control in the bottom, and you can see this one little section that says transpose. And it says 0 steps. You can bring it up by half steps, okay? So it would stand to reason that 2 halves makes a whole, okay? If I'm in the key of A, 1 half step makes A sharp or B flat, 2 half steps makes B. Now you could do that for each individual track, okay? I'm on the bass track right now, and then I could click synth bass and do the same thing. Or if I open one of these up, you can't do it unless one of them's open. If I open these up, scroll over, shift, I'm pressing shift on the screen, and then I click this. Now it says 8 clips are selected, and I can go in and I can transpose all 8 clips up. Now clearly I don't need to transpose the drums, but I do want to transpose everything from the bass over, okay? I've also got this pad in A. It's going to be in the wrong key. So I need to click on that, and I need to transpose that up as well. And so now the song that was in the key of A is now in the key of B.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Pretty cool,
Intro,
huh?
2, 3, 4.
And then you can just bring it back down. So that's a handy trick to have in your back pocket in the event that you need it. And that should really be about all that you need on a weekend to manipulate these live sets, routing audio, turning things on and off, messing with the subdivisions of your clicks, and also transposing up and down. Have fun.